Good morning, everyone. This is Pushpasri, and today I am going to present a seminar on the topic food packaging under the guidance of Dr. Snehalata V. Ma'am. Here I go. As we all know, packaging plays a vital role in food microbiology as it ensures safe delivery of food to the ultimate consumer in sound condition at optimum cost. Protect food products from outside damages and influences. Provide consumers with ingredients and nutritional information. Contain food in a cost effective way that satisfies industry requirements and consumer desires also. Maintain food safety and minimizes environmental impact. Food packaging can retard product deterioration, retain the beneficial effects of processing, extend shelf life, maintain the quality and safety of food. Then, coming to the functions of food packaging. There are many functions of food packaging like physical protection, barrier protection, containment, information transmission, convenience, marketing, and security. Now, I am going to explain each and every function of food packaging. Here I go. First function is physical protection. The food enclosed in the package may require protection from other things like shock, vibration, compression, temperature, and bacteria. Physical damage can be caused by compression during storage and transport. Special care should be taken in handling cases containing packs of frozen products. Then we move on to the second function of food packaging, that is barrier protection. Packaging provide with barrier protection from oxygen, water vapor, dust, light, etc. Some packages contain oxygen absorbers to help extend shelf life. Modified atmosphere also maintained in some food packages. Primary function is to keep the contents clean, fresh, and safe for the intended shelf life. Then, containment. Small items are typically grouped together in one package for efficient handling, like liquids, powders, granular materials need containment. Containment also means keeping a number of different or the same items packed together, and this applies to primary, secondary, and tertiary packs also. Then, next, information transmission. Uh, Packages and labels communicate how to use, transport, recycle, or dispose of the package. Some types of information are required by the government also. Then we move on to the sec- function of convenience. Convenience in distribution, handling, stacking, display, sale, use, and reuse. Then marketing. The packaging and labels can be used by marketers to encourage potential buyers to purchase the product. Marketing communications and graphic design are applied to the surface of the package and the point of display. Then, last function of food package is security. Packaging can play an important role in reducing the security risk of shipment. Packages can be made with improved tamper resistance and also have tamper evident features to help indicate tampering. Then, uh, se- the main the second main topic under my seminar is packaging materials. How we pack the food and how it transports. Packaging materials are like plastics, glass, aluminum foil, etc. Packaging is changing with the introduction of new materials, technology, and processes. The major categories of materials used for food packaging are glass, metals, papers, cardboard, aluminum, and plastic. There are many multi layered packaging materials containing either layers of different plastics or combinations of plastics with paper or glass. Then, there are types of packaging materials like paper and cardboard, plastics, etc. Then, coming to paper and cardboard, suitable for small scale and bulky packaging, about all kinds of foods can be packed using paper and its products. Products like dry product, cereals, biscuits, powders like tea, coffee, and sugar. Then we move on to the advantages and disadvantages part of paper or paperboard. Like advantages part is it can be used as bags, pouches, wrapping boxes, folding cartons. Presence of cellulose fiber give food or good rigidity. It is light weighted, flexible, and less expensive. Then, if we focus on the disadvantage part of the paper or paperboard, like non laminated paper packages may cause damage due to moisture contact. Most paper bags are non reusable. Then, properties of paper and paperboard. Paper have low density materials, good stiffness, absorbent to liquids and moisture vapor, tear easily, excellent substrates for inexpensive printing. Then we move on to the second item, second food packaging item is glass. Glass is made by fusing of silicates and oxides of sodium, calcium, etc. It is transparent and used for milk products, fruit products, pickles, sauces, marine food. Glass is extremely fragile. It makes for an excellent, well sealed package for any perishable products. Food items like jams, honey, alcoholic beverages. Then, if we focus on the advantage part of the glass, glass is safe from contamination and health hazards. Easy to open and close, it can reuse and recycle. Glass is UV stable. Then, if we focus on the disadvantage part of the glass, glass is very heavyweight, have tendency to broken down easily, rigid and brittle. Transportation costs are high. Then, properties of glass transparent to light and may be colored, impermeable to gases and vapors. Glass can be easily returned and reused, widely in use for both single and multi trip packaging. We can use glass for many uses, many things. Then, we move on to the plastics. Plastics are widely used nowadays, like plastics are synthesized by condensation, addition, and cross linking polymerization of monomer units. Wide range of barrier properties, functional over a wide range of temperatures depending on the type of plastic. Types of plastics like polyester, polyvinyl chloride, commonly known as PVC, polyamide. Polyurine and polyesters are the most common used plastics. PE is the simplest, most inexpensive plastic. According to the density, PE is classified among those most common used forms in food packaging are LDPE, that is low density polyethylene, and HDPE, high density polyethylene. The most commonly used polyester in food packaging is PET, polyethylene terephthalate. Then, if we focus on the advantage part of the plastics, it is durable, it is lightweight, it is cost effective. Plastics are corrosion resistant and chemically inert. Then we move on to the disadvantage part of the plastics. No plastic is totally impermeable to moisture and gases. Plastic typically come from non-renewable resources. Plastic produces toxic fumes which can uh, hazard for human health. Then, if we move on to the properties of plastics, plastic is tensile and tear strengths are variable, can be transparent, functional over a wide range of temperatures depending upon the type of plastics. Low density materials with a wide range of physical and optical properties. Then, other kind of food packaging material is aluminium and tin plate. Aluminium foils are used for lamination purposes, also used for sealing fried fish and meat products. Aluminium is widely used for products such as soda, beer, canned foods, and animal foods. Tin plate has been used for preserving food for well over a years. Then, advantage part of the aluminium foils or aluminium or tin plate. Less chance of leakage, non toxic, not have a metallic taste, low cost, capacity to be recycled. Tin plate cans are widely used in tea packaging and high grade product packaging. Compared to plastic packaging, tin packaging is more popular nowadays. Then, if we focus on the disadvantage part of the aluminum foils or aluminum or tin plate, tendency to bleach with some pigmented foods, empty cans have transportation risk also, more expensive than steel. Some acidic materials are not suitable for packaging. Then, properties of aluminum and tin plates. Rigid material with a high density for steel and a low density for aluminum. Is light, flexible, easily recyclable, good tensile strength, an excellent barrier to light liquids and foods. Used in many packaging applications, food and beverage cans, trays, and drums. Then, if we move on to the my second main topic of seminar is SCP, commonly known as SCP, and it is single cell protein. As we all are aware of this topic, what is SCP? SCP refers to the source of mixed protein extracted from pure or mixed cultures of algae, fungi, or bacteria, used as a substitute for protein rich foods in human and animal feeds. SCP, earlier known as microbial protein. Then, SCP develops when microbes ferment waste materials, including wood, cannery, and food processing waste, residues from alcohol production. The problem with extracting SCP from the waste is the dilution and cost. Then, microorganisms used for SCP production: fungi, algae, yeast, bacteria. Fungi like Aspergillus fumigatus, Aspergillus niger, algae, Spirulina species, Chlorella, yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Candida tropicales, then bacteria, Lactobacillus, Bacillus megaterium. Then we move on to the production of SCP. There are various steps under SCP production. First step is selection of suitable strain. Strain selection is very important in production of SCP. Like quality of protein depends upon the microbe that is used for the production. Care should be taken that the selected strain should not produce any toxic effects in the consumer. Then second step under this production is fermentation. As we all know, fermentation, what is fermentation? It can be carried out in the fermenter, which is required, equipped with aerator, thermostat, pH. Microbes cultured in fed batch culture can causing deep lift or air lift fermenter. Then, third step under production is harvesting. When the colonies of microbes are fully developed, they are then harvested. Then, fourth step under production is post harvest treatment. This step includes separation by centrifugation, then washing, then drying, etc. Then, coming to the last step of production is SCP processing for food. Liberation of cell proteins by destruction of indigestible cell wall by chemical, physical, or mechanical methods. Reduction of nucleic acids. Then, if we coming to the or focus on the advantage part of the SCP, SCP or single cell protein have high protein and low fat content. That is, SCP rich in high protein and fat content is very low. Good source of vitamin. It can be produced throughout the year. Protein content is very high in dried biomass than wet biomass. In dried biomass, up to 85% we can find protein content. Then wet biomass. Then high efficiency substrate conversion. Then we move on to the disadvantages of single cell protein. Many microbes produce various toxic compounds. If we consume such toxic compounds, effect of or effect on human health also. SCP diet supplements can cause allergic reactions. Some person have some allergic reactions if we consume or if they consume SCP. Uh, Depends on the person's immunity resistance. Food grade SCP production are expensive due to the need to maintain high level sterility conditions in the production facility. Then, therapeutic importance of SCP or single cell protein. Reduce body weight, cholesterol, stress, lowers blood sugar level in diabetic due to presence of B-linolenic acid. Healthy eyes and skin, maintain healthy eyes and skin, increase lactation in lactating mother. Then, coming to the nutritional importance of SCP single cell protein. It is good source of vitamins, particularly B complex with good amino acid composition. It is rich in lysine. It is an amino acid but poor in methionine and cysteine. Having good balance of amino acid and rich in B complex vitamins are more suitable as poultry feed. SCPs have been added to aquaculture diet as partial replacement for fish meal and for HUFA fortification of rotifer and artemia. Then, my third main topic under my seminar is SCO, single cell oil. Then, oils derived from microbial sources are microbial oils, unicellular oils, or SCOs. It indicates a triacyl glycerol type of oil, similar to the that found in plant and animal edible oils and fats. Microorganisms which have the ability to amass lipid more than 20% of their dry cell weight are known as oleaginous microorganisms. Yeast and fungi are the most efficient producers of oils. They produce a variety of oils that are structurally similar to plant oils. They produce larger amount of oils than other microbes and their oils can be easily extracted. Then here in this slide we can see sources of microbial oils like bacteria, algae, fungi, yeast. Then industrial production of SCO or production process of SCO, single cell oil. In commercial manufacturing plants, oil rich biomass is produced by fermentation of sugar rich media. Second step, these cells are then separated by centrifugation. Centrifugation is main step in this process. Then the oils are extracted. After centrifugation, the oils are extracted by disrupting the cell walls in the presence of a solvent. Here the solvent is hexane and evaporating the solvent. The solvent which is used, that is hexane which we used here, is evaporated using using drying under the vacuum conditions. Finally, the final step, the extracted crude oil, the oil which is crude, which is extracted, is refined through a series of steps like including neutralization, digging, bleaching, and deodorization. Then, after the extraction of refined oil, SCO, single cell oils, if we focus on the advantages and disadvantages of single cell oil, there are many advantages and disadvantages. Like SCO usually contains a significant amount of natural antioxidant, as we all know what is antioxidant. Carotenoids and tocopherols, which can protect omega 3 fatty acids from oxidation and making this oil less prone to oxidation than oils derived from plants and marine animals. Limited production of capacity. Oil yields, which can be obtained microorganisms, are comparatively low or lower than that with plants and animals. Then, any questions? Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you all.